Brothers and sisters, I want to welcome you back to life. Back to the one that can make your next chapter your best chapter. Hallelujah.
How can it be that you love the most unlovable part of me? How could you see your life was the only gift I'll ever need to be free? It's amazing with you. I win even if I lose. Everything's working for my good for always.
Come on.
He saves the day. He will come through. He won't now. That's not what superheroes do.
Hallelujah.
No greater love makes my heart beat. All I wanna do is make you proud of me.
That's why
I don't wanna love nobody but you. I don't wanna love nobody but you. I don't wanna love nobody but you.
let's go.
How can it be? Every one of my secrets that you keep.
You cover me.
You cover me.
I appreciate it.
A mystery.
It's amazing how
Your patience with me, God will never leave.
you don't give up on me.
Don't ever leave.
Help me.
Help me to see like you.
Like you.
No matter what I go through.
Hey.
Everything's working for my good for always.
Let me tell you what he does.
He saves the day.
And he
He
will.
will come through.
Hallelujah.
He won't now. That's not what superheroes do.
Not real superheroes.
No greater love
A love like this.
makes my heart beat.
And I promise you,
All I wanna do is make you proud of me.
that's why.
I don't wanna love nobody but you. I don't wanna love nobody but you.
Yes.
I don't wanna love nobody but you.
I searched all over.
I don't wanna love nobody but you.
You.
I don't wanna love nobody but you.
That's right.
I don't wanna love nobody but you.
Yes. And the church sang, come on.
Loving you will be,
Jesus loving you.
will be the death of me.
It sounds crazy, don't it? Hey,
That's how it's supposed to be.
let me tell you what it means.
More than less of me.
That's why.
I don't wanna love nobody but you. I don't wanna love nobody but you.
Father.
I don't wanna love nobody but you.
I really mean it this time.
I don't wanna love nobody but you.
Jesus.
I don't wanna love nobody but you. I don't wanna love nobody but you.
Let me tell you what he does.
He saves the day.
Come on.
He will come through.
He will let you down, but
He won't now. That's not what superheroes do.
see, I will never find
No greater love
a love like this.
makes my heart beat.
Forever and the day.
All I wanna do is make you proud
Let
of
me
me.
say it again.
He saves the day. He will come through.
It feels so good.
He won't now. That's not what superheroes do.
Yes.
No greater love
Hallelujah.
makes my heart beat.
For the rest of my life.
All I wanna do is make you proud of me.
Everybody sing.
I don't wanna love nobody but you. I don't wanna love nobody but you.
You.
I don't wanna love nobody but you.
You're the savior.
I don't wanna love nobody but you. I don't wanna love nobody but you.
Yes.
I don't wanna love nobody but you.
Welcome to Afternoons with me, Zara Janjua. Lots and lots to come today, starting with Billy Joel.
I want a girl with extensions in her hair, bamboo earrings, at least 2 pair, a Fendi bag and a bad attitude. That's all I need to get me in a good mood. She can walk with a switch and talk with street slang. I love it when a woman ain't scared to do a thing. Standing at the bus stop, sucking on a lollipop. Once she gets pumping, it's hard to make the hottie stop. She likes to dance to the rap jams. She's sweet as brown sugar with the candy yams. Honey-coated complexion, using Cabernet. Let's hear it for the girl, she's from around the way. Her smile is like sunshine. That's why I had to dedicate at least one rhyme to all the cuties in the neighborhood. Cause if I didn't tell you, then another brother would. You're sweet like sugar with your gangster talk. Wanna eat you like a cookie when I see you walk. With your rayon silk, or maybe even denim. It really doesn't matter as long as you're in them. You can break cards and manipulate minds, or surrender, act tender, be gentle and kind. You always know what to say and do. Cold flip when you think your man is playing you. Not cheap or petty, you're ready for loving. You're real independent, so your parents be bugging. But if you ever need a place to stay, come around my way. Bobby Brown button on your sleeve. I tell you, come here, you say meet me halfway. Cause brother's been popping that yang all day. Around the way, you're like a neighborhood jewel. All the homeboys sweat you, so you're crazy cool. Wear your gold in the summer with your biking shorts. While you're watching all the brothers on the basketball court. Going to the movies with your homegirl's crew. While the businessmen in suits be hawking you. Baby hair pumping, lip gloss is shining. I think you're in the mood for whining and dining. So we can go out and eat somewhere. We got a lot of private jokes to share. Lisa, Angela, Pamela, Renee, I love you. You're from around the way.
Girl. Welcome to Afternoons on BBC Radio Scotland with me, Zara Janjua. How are you doing today? It's been blowing an absolute hoolie out there, which I'm very much hoping that it calms itself down before tomorrow, because I, like many other people, will be heading to the street party in Edinburgh. What are you up to? What are your plans for tomorrow? Get in touch and let us know. It is, of course, just one sleep away. And we have a fantastic show to almost close out the year for you today. Coming up, a brilliant new thriller adapted for Netflix from the genius that is Harlan Coben. And he'll be telling me all about it just after 2 o'clock today. Before that, TV journalist and critic Paul Whitelaw will be here with his TV picks. You might just be looking for something to watch after the Christmas treats of Gavin and Stacey. Wallace and Gromit and Doctor Who. Well, Paul has some fantastic recommendations. That is just in a few minutes' time. Plus, I have some great music for you from Kate Bush.
One for the money, 2 for the bank, 3 to get you going, cause the brat's in the place. Yeah. It's me, the OG OG Funk Bandit. The B to the R-A-T. And in fact, if you ain't heard of me, take a seat, lay back and listen as I bust for your ass on this funkified mission.
Kick off your shoes and relax your feet.
That's right.
Party on down with the red beat.
Now it goes like that, and that's how it goes. I'ma give it to all you Negroes and hoes. So listen up, make sure you listen up well. Don't miss a little bit, cause this here be bad as hell.
Truth of the matter is, I splatter get
Trying to diss in the gangsters' way, that's how them fools get dealt with. So what you wanna do? Don't even trip.
step up,
And I'ma bust your lip. Now I know that you know that I know you don't want me to, but keep on tripping and I'ma give it to you. Brett is the
fantastic, romantic, single-handed bandit, and damn it.
don't get no better. It don't get no more than the flow that I flow for you Negroes and hoes. Devastating, captivating, elevating is I operate, floating on cloud nine. So just
Fired up, baby, fired up.
at your request, I guess it's time for me to hit the cut. It goes
1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4.
from the bottom to the top, top to bottom I go. So now you know what I ain't and what I is. It's the baddest little pimp in this hip hop biz. OG is what I, a Brett is what I, you know what I, and you can't see. So let it go, cause I'm wrapped too tight. Take it how I give it and enjoy the night ride. Yeah, it's like that, it's like that. For the 1994 is the Brett, and you don't know, you better ask somebody. La-di-da-di, I came to party, Big baby. JD, what you think about this right here, boy? Come on, come on.
Word up,
Hey, word up, hey, word up, hey, for real though. Word up, hey, word up, hey, word up, hey, for real though.
And a documentary called Becoming Madonna, covering the singer's meteoric rise in the 80s, is actually out today. And the lovely Paul Whitelaw has come in to tell us what it's all about, as well as what he's been watching this Twixmas. Hello, Paul.
Hello, Zara. How are you?
Very well. It's good to have you with us this morning. Now, before we get chatting, just a quick reminder that if there's anything that you've been watching on the telly that you think me and Paul need to check out, do let us know, because we always love a recommendation. You can email us on Radio Scott Afternoons at bbc.co.uk. Find us on social media at BBC Radio Scott. Text on 80295 or leave a message or voice note via WhatsApp on 08085 92 95 00. But now, Paul, let's get into it. This period between Christmas and New Year, I mean, a lot of people are watching a lot more television than usual. Before we hear your recommendations, what was your Christmas telly highlight?
Oh, well, the big BBC One Christmas Day highlights were Doctor Who and Wallace and Gromit.
Oh, they were, weren't they?
Yeah, they were both in their differing ways very beautiful and very ingenious. And I love the fact that even on Christmas Day, Stephen Moffat, who wrote the Doctor Who episode, managed to get a bit of angry political commentary in there amongst all the heartwarming stuff. And also Nick Park with Wallace and Gromit reminded us that AI is absolutely dreadful and useless when used as a creative endeavour. So a nice bit of commentary while we were all enjoying Christmas Day.
Oh, I was making one. I do love this time of year because quite often when you're channel hopping watching, you'll come across an old film. For me last night, it was The Fugitive with Harrison Ford, and I just thought it's been such a long time since I've seen it, so I did really enjoy myself. Now, before your picks this week, you've chosen 3 documentaries.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us first what's up on your watch list. It's Ricky.
Ricky, yes. Well, Ricky Fulton, of course. That goes out on Hogmanay, which is, of course, was Ricky Fulton's spiritual home for years, with Scotch and Rye, which his classic sketch show, which ran from the late 70s right through until the early 90s, and was very much a Hogmanay fixture in Scotland. I mean, it just wouldn't be the same without an hour of comedy from Ricky and his pals. So this is a look back at Ricky Fulton's remarkable career, and it features archive interviews with the great man himself, as well as loads of clips, not only from Scotch and Rye, but also from Frankie and Josie and some of his other work. In fact, one of the best clips in it is a young or youngish Ricky Fulton. I don't think he was ever young fully, but is a youngish Ricky Fulton in the 50s, sporting an affected transatlantic accent and doing a BBC interview with Frank Sinatra. I mean, the programme is full of these beautifully researched archive clips, and it also features contributions from his friends and colleagues, including Tony Roper, Alex Norton, and younger Scottish comics who love him, like Sanjeev Kohli. And it also features contributions from famous fans such as our very own Michelle McManus.
Oh, she's brilliant,
and she loves Ricky, and and they all speak about him so fondly, even the people who didn't know him. Now, it does stress the point that offstage Ricky Fulton was quite a reserved and even quite dour man, and he was he was a perfectionist, and he knew what he wanted comedy wise, and that could rub people up the wrong way, but he knew exactly what he wanted. And everyone who worked with him, though, they speak about him with such fondness, even though he could be quite difficult. They obviously loved him. That's just the way he was.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, it sounds brilliant. And actually, it sounds like if you don't know much about him, you'll certainly get a great sense of it from this. That's available to watch on BBC One Scotland and iPlayer at 10 o'clock tomorrow night. But Paul, it's time to move on to your next pick, which is Becoming Madonna. We obviously played a track from her just before we welcomed you to the show today. It's just been released on Sky Documentaries and Now TV. Let's just hear a wee taste.
I have to say hi, this is Madonna. I came here with $35 in my pocket. It was the bravest thing I've ever done. And I've always felt like such an outsider, like I could never fit in. Come here, brother. This is my brother, Christopher.
She was our mother's namesake. It either crushes you or elevates you.
I don't think that Madonna ever did what she was told.
She said, I want to rule the world.
She was ruthless in a good way. I mean, look what it got her.
Oh, she sounds like very much like an independent thinker. That was a wee bit of Becoming Madonna there. Paul, you've seen the documentary. What did you think about it?
Yeah, it's really, really good. As you heard from the trailer there, it's basically Madonna, the early years, her origin story, if you will.
Oh.
You know, arriving in grungy New York City in the late 70s with, as she said in the trailer, no money at all, but with this ambition, this, if you will, brunette ambition, to become the most famous person in the world. And within a few years, she was. Now, again, as the trailer stresses there, she could be ruthless. You know, the programme doesn't shy away from, I call it a programme, by the way, it's a film, it's 90 minutes, feature-length documentary. It doesn't shy away from the fact that she could discard people on her rise to the top if they were of no further use to her. You know, so it's not a hagiography. It's not saying, oh, she's wonderful, she's wonderful. It's also not a solely negative. It's not a hit piece, because I think the most important thing about it is it stresses her lifelong ties with the LGBT community.
Yes.
She's always been an ally, and it reminds us that during the AIDS epidemic in the 80s, she campaigned for research into a cure. She raised awareness, which was such a hugely brave thing for a star of her stature to do at that time, because of course the film covers the backlash she received from conservative moral majority America, who already hated her for her overtly sexual image. You know, this is just not how a woman should behave. And also, but because she aligned herself with the LGBT community, you know, the abuse she started to receive was homophobic as well. So it is horrific in some sense, but so it's not just a documentary about Madonna, it's actually an interesting piece of social social history.
It sounds fascinating. And actually, you know, people sort of loved to hate Madonna at some point, but lovely to hear those moments about the good that she did, as well as the ruthless side of her. But who else do we hear from in the documentary? Because in the clip we heard before, she was introducing her brother.
Her brother Christopher,
yes.
who they were very, very close. And when she started to become famous, she called him, they were from the suburbs of Michigan. She called him and said, come over to New York and be one of my dancers. And he was, and it wasn't something he ever enjoyed, as he says in the film, but he did it for his sister because he loved his sister and he wanted to help her out. So we hear from Christopher, and we hear from a lot of the other people who knew her at the time, including some of the people who she discarded, who are, you know, a little bit bitter, but it's been 40 years, they've got over it slightly. And something I should stress is that it's a very well curated documentary. Although we hear from all these people, it's not the standard talking heads. They don't appear on camera. It's their voices overlaid on archive photographs and footage. And some of the footage is very rare. So it's been made with a lot of love and care, this film.
Oh, it sounds fantastic. Thank you. I think great for anyone who perhaps is a fan of Madonna, but even for people who want to just find out a little bit more. Would you say that people can come to it without knowing much about her and take something away from it? Yeah,
absolutely. No, it really is a good introduction to her, and it also it's a good introduction to people who perhaps weren't there at the time and didn't quite get why was she a phenomenon. Well, this really illustrates why she was a phenomenon. Her charisma is something that perhaps we forget about, but she just had it from day one.
I'm looking forward to that archive then, Paul. But okay, it's time to move on to our final telly pick of this week, and there is a new series of Lucy Worsley Investigates kicking off on Friday. Tell us about it.
Yes, Lucy Worsley, the learned and very likeable historian. She's very, very popular. She's been making programmes for the BBC for years. Of course, this is the latest series of Lucy Worsley Investigates, in which she sort of goes back in time, not literally, that's impossible, and she unearths new clues in an attempt to challenge, you know, historical myths and get closer to the actual truth. And in this series, she's examining some of the more violent chapters in British history. So she starts with What Else? Jack the Ripper. Now, she stresses at the start of the programme, this is not yet another attempt to, you know, unmask the identity of the Jack the Ripper. We've had 1,000 programmes like that. No, what this is an attempt to explain why Jack the Ripper is basically the template for all the grimly compelling true crime stories that we're obsessed with to this day. And she also tackles the lurid tabloid coverage that surrounded the case, and very much making the point that nothing ever changes and everything stays the same.
I mean, you mentioned there that this first episode is looking at how that case almost shaped the way that we cover true crime, but it also sort of piqued our interest in true crime. It laid the basis there for many a crime novel, a drama. What was it about the Jack the Ripper case that had people so intrigued?
Well, it was unprecedented, and there was well, the phrase wasn't coined then, but there was a serial killer. There was apparently one man, one person, going around killing these women in such a brutal way. And the tabloid coverage, as I mentioned, because the tabloid media was in its infancy, so they seized upon this case, because of course they did, because what a story, what a horrific story. So they seized upon it, and literacy levels were rising somewhat in Victorian England. So people were reading these stories and becoming quite obsessed with it in the way that we become obsessed with them via Netflix documentaries and podcasts to this day. So it very much was, as Lucy Worsley states, for better or ill, the first story of its kind.
You mentioned that Lucy's obviously done so many shows on the BBC. She's just a brilliant historian. Why do people love watching her so much and understanding these investigations?
Because, first of all, as a presenter, she is naturally engaging. She's a great storyteller and a great writer. And she really draws you in to these stories. And one of the most important things she does is she makes these people come alive. Now, obviously, that's very important in the case of Jack the Ripper. So she's not focusing on the murderer, as I say, she's focusing on the victims. So these poor women who were murdered by him, she goes into their lives, their backstories. These were people. They weren't just statistics. They're people who lived and had loved ones.
I love true crime. and in all its forms, and I am very excited about seeing this entire series unfold. Paul Whitelaw, thank you so much for sharing your telepicks with us today, and of course for all your recommendations this year. You've given us loads.
Oh, my pleasure. Thank you, Tara.
Thank you. Happy Hogmanay. Looking forward to having you back in 2025. Goodness, are we saying that already? We are. Now, Ricky is on BBC One Scotland and BBC iPlayer at 10 p.m. tomorrow night. Becoming Madonna is available to watch on Sky Documentaries and Now TV. And Lucy Worsley Investigates Jack the Ripper is on BBC Two and BBC iPlayer this Friday, the 3rd of January at 9 p.m. New episodes will follow at the same time every week.
Start 2020.
Count it down with the Four Tops. Barry Manilow, Tears for Fears, and many more as Emma Samms and Ted McGinley bring in Dick Clark's New Year's Rockin' Eve.
Sounds.
Feels like I'm standing on the timeless street of light mists with pale ambrose. Feels like I'm lost in the deep cloud of heavenly scent.
Donna Lewis, and I love you always forever.
Why can't we just rewind? Why can't we just rewind?
Now it's time for Rewind, our new music quiz for the afternoons, where we play a wee bit of a well-known track for you to guess. And the catch is that we, of course, are playing it backwards. So you do need to pay attention. Are you ready? Listen closely. Oh, could Did you guess what it was? You can get in touch in lots of ways. Email us on Radio Scott Afternoons at bbc.co.uk. Find us at BBC Radio Scott. Text me on 80295, or you can send us a message or a voice note on WhatsApp on 08085 92 95 00. The news, weather, sport and travel is up next on BBC Radio Scotland. Then after 2, American thriller writer Harlan Coben, whose novels adapted for Netflix have become a firm favourite. I've got tracks from Sugar Babe.
They got rank. See, Sega ain't in this new world order. Them experimenting in Atlanta, Georgia. United Nations overseas. Train assassins, do search and seize. Ain't knocking or asking. They're coming for niggas like me. Put white trash like Dave. Tricks like her. Back in slavery. Concentration camps laced with gas pipelines. Infernos outdoors like they had back with Adolf Hitler was living in 1945. Listen to me now, believe me later on in the future. Look it up, where it said in the Constitution that in the event of a race war, places like Operation Heartbreak Hotel, moments tell until that tight vent seal off despair. Them say expect no mercy. Fool, you should be my least worries. Gotta deal with W2 1099s on marked black helicopters swoop down and try to put missiles in mines. Who's that peeking in my window? Nobody now. Who's that peeking in my window? Nobody now.
Me and my family moved in our apartment complex. A gate with the serial code was put up next. They claim that this community is so drug free, but it don't look that way to me, cause I can see the young bloods hanging out at the store. 24/7 junkies looking for a hit of the blow. It's powerful. Oh, you know what else they trying to do? Make a curfew, especially for me and you. The traces of the new world order. Time is getting shorter. If we don't get prepared, people, it's gonna be a slaughter. My mind won't allow me to not be curious. My folk don't understand, so they don't take it serious. But every now and then, I wonder if the gate was put up to keep crime out or keep our ass in.
Who's that peeking in my window? Nobody now. Who's that peeking in my window? Nobody now.
Listen up, little nigga, I'm talking to you about what your little ass need to be going through. I fall a victim too, and I know I shouldn't smoke so much, but I do. With the crew every day, on the average about 4 or 5. I'm lucky to be alive at sunrise. I realize the cost after I lost my best friend Bean. I recognize as a king. Who am I to tell you to stop smoking? Now you open to disease and cold, and ain't 16 years old. This shit has got to stop. Let's take a walk through detox. I want out of this hole. I'm in the cell under attack. Look up, folks, they in the hood. Got an eye on every move I make. Open your face to info. You ain't know, cause it's come low. Ha, the new world plan. Reach the planet without the black
so
man.
So what's your aim? Try to separate me from the blood. It's disrespect like coming in my home and not wiping your feet on the rug. The citronat salute has got me bucking no hand with no phone. Look out for the man with the mask and the white pony on my back appears. Staying off my toes, always on my heels, the same plane. Soldiers coming in the dark by plane to enforce the new system by rain. Tag my skin with your computer chip. Run your hand over the scanner to buy your dish now. No more fishing for your fish. It's the days of the old days, past ways gone, mind blown perception. My name on your selection, but I caught the con. Pow! Who's that peeking in my window? Pow! Nobody now. Who's that peeking in my window? Pow! Nobody now. Who's that peeking in my window? Pow! Nobody now. Who's that peeking in my window? Pow! Nobody now.
Afternoons on BBC Radio Scotland.
Listen on BBC Sounds.
Hello, how are you doing? Thanks very much for your company today. Coming up in the next hour of the show, I'll be hearing from American author Harlan Coben about his novel Missing You, which has been adapted for Netflix and starts on New Year's Day. Later on, I'll be chatting with John McClure, frontman of Reverend and the Makers, about the daytime clubbing events he does with Vicky McClure. But first, Sugar Babes and Push the Button.
Busy throwing hints that he keeps missing. Don't have to think about it. I wanna kiss and everything around it, but he's too distant. I wanna feel his body. I can't resist it. I know my hidden looks can be deceiving, but how obvious should a girl be? I was taken by the early conversation piece, and I really like the way that he respects me. I've been waiting patiently for him to come and get it. I wonder if he knows that he can say it and I'm with it. I knew I had my mind made up from the very beginning. Catch this opportunity so you and me could feel it. 'Cause if you're ready for me, boy, you better push the button and let me know before I get the wrong idea and go. You're gonna miss the freak that I control. I'm busy showing him what he's been missing. I'm kinda showing off from his full attention. My sexy has got him in a new dimension. I'm ready to do something to relieve this mission. After waiting patiently for him to come and get it, he came on through and asked me if I wanted to get with him. I knew I had my mind made up from the very beginning. Won't miss this opportunity so you and me could feel it. 'Cause if you're ready for me, boy, you better push the button and let me know before I get the wrong idea and go. You're gonna miss the freak that I control. If you're ready for me, boy, you better push the button and let me know before I get the wrong idea and go. You're gonna miss the freak that I control. I've been dropping so many hints. You're still not getting it. Now that you've heard everything I have to say, where are we gonna go from here? After waiting patiently for him to come and get it, he came on through and asked me if I wanted to get with him. I knew I had my mind made up from the very beginning. Won't miss this opportunity so you and me could feel it. 'Cause if you're ready for me, boy, you better push the button and let me know before I get the wrong idea and go. You're gonna miss the freak that I control. If you're ready, baby, boy, you better push the button and let me know before I get the wrong idea and go. You're gonna miss the freak that I control. If you're ready for me, boy, you better push the button and let me know before I get the wrong idea and go.
That was Sugar Babes with Push the Button. Now, what do you do when your ex shows up 11 years after they went missing? Well, that's a question that a new 5-part series sets out to answer. Missing You is the latest of Harlan Coben's gripping thriller novels to be adapted by Netflix as a limited series, following on the heels of previous adaptations, including Film Me Once and Stay Close. Launching on New Year's Day, Missing You promises all the twists, secrets and emotional depth that fans have come to love from Harlan Coben. Here's a little flavour.
My mum's missing. You're the only one that can find her.
Anyone who has information, please come forward.
Now you disappeared somewhere.
She said she was going on a trip with her boyfriend.
Could you be dead?
This is the guy she went away with.
I need you to help me find Josh. I always thought he left because of my dad's murder.
He's wiped from all online existence.
This Josh guy, he's dangerous.
Brendan! Stop! Police! Can you help me find him?
Maybe it is time to let all the secrets out.
Oh, all the drama, all that suspense. Well, earlier I spoke with Harlan Coben and actor Rosalind Elliar, who plays the lead character, Detective Inspector Kat Donovan, in the series. I am so excited about speaking to you both today because, Harlan, I'm a massive fan of yours and a massive fan of this series. And Rosalind, it's been great to see you in this. Rosalind, let's come to you first. What can viewers expect from Missing You?
Oh my gosh, what can viewers expect? The most twists and turns that you can possibly imagine. You will not be able to guess where the story is going. Your heart rate will be pounding throughout the 5 hours. It is electric, and but it also is a very sensitive and emotional story, and I think quite heartbreaking.
Mm-hmm. You mentioned those twists and turns, and Harlan, one thing you were fantastic at doing, of course, is developing a really great plot. Within that, of course, there's this story that the ex-fiancé who disappeared 11 years ago reappears on a dating app, and there's this premise, of course, of seeing that old flame. Where did you get the idea from?
Well, I had a lot of friends who were going on dating apps and things like that. And my job always is to think, that's nice. Where can I make that go wrong? I did that with nanny cams and Fool Me Once. My friends were telling me, I have these nanny cams so I can watch everything. I'm like, where can that go wrong? And I thought the same thing. And so in the case of this story, Roz's character, Kat Donovan, her father is murdered 11 years ago. Her fiance just vanishes, the extreme of extreme ghosting. And, she's been sort of not knowing what to do. And all of a sudden, she sees him again for the first time on this app. And when she reaches out to him, her entire world blows up. All the past secrets are coming back. Everything that's buried is going to rise. And I think Roz is exactly right. It's twisty and turny. But I was telling you this is the first time that I've watched one of my own series. And when I was watching the finale, the last episode, I actually was tearing up. I was welling up. And so I can't wait for people to experience Missing You on January 1st.
It's amazing you had that reaction because, of course, so many of your novels now have been adapted for screen. So is it still exciting for you then to see that adaptation unfold, to be part of the process? Because, of course, you were an executive producer on this. Not
to get corny, but there's always that part. Like, so I first get to set or I first get to a table read and I see 100, 200 people. And I think bringing this story to life, and I have an actress like Rosalind playing the lead, and we have Lenny Henry and Ashley and Jesse and Mary Malone and Steve Pemberton and Mark Warren and Richard Armitage, of course. I can keep going on and on with names.
Jimmy Nesbitt.
Yeah.
Don't forget Jimmy Nesbitt.
And I think to myself, my God, I had this little idea in the corner of my house in New Jersey. And now all these wonderful people are bringing it to life. And then Netflix is going to push a button. And 190 countries and 230 million subscribers are going to be able to watch what we've created and be entertained and moved and not get off their couch. And if that doesn't jazz you, you're in the wrong business. That will always jazz. When that stops making me sit up and get excited, that's when I know I'm in the wrong business.
Yeah, I mean, Rosalind, you mentioned that this has a lot of heart in it as well. Of course, Harlan's very good at writing sort of family-centric or family-focused stories, but you as well, you bring so much to Kat Donovan as a character. I loved her in the book, a great, very strong, centred female in this novel. How did you come to be involved in the series? Did you read the novel before you took on the role?
I actually, it's actually quite funny. I was getting married in Greece, and I said to my agents, over this period, please don't send me anything. Mm-hmm. And the day after I got married and I was about to go on my honeymoon, they said, I'm really sorry, Ros, but this one I think we need you to take a look at. And so I read the first episode, and there were no other available episodes written at that time, but I just had to know what happened. So, luckily for my husband, I spent the next 3 days reading Harlan's book.
Oh. And I mean, kind of perfect for going on holiday, taking a novel with you.
Yeah, he was really happy with me. It was a great start to married life.
She has such a compelling backstory, doesn't she, Kat, as a character?
She does. And I mean, what I think when I take on any sort of character, I weirdly look for the flaws first. And Harlan has created such a human character. You know, these are really relatable characters, but they're just put in extraordinary circumstances. And I think for me, particularly, her story and having lost her father, and she has a blind spot when it comes to her ex-fiance and his disappearance. Mm-hmm. And, in some ways I actually found her quite frustrating and so in some ways too forgiving. I think when people see the series, sometimes I'm calling out to her going, stop it, don't do that. But I think that was what makes her human. So it was an honor bringing her to life.
Yeah, there's a really nice balance, isn't there, between her personal story and this mystery, this investigation that she has. And I think you do it so well. For you, Harlan, coming up with these ideas just must be incredibly difficult. Do you find that there's a lot of pressure for you because you've had so much success? I mean, 60+ million books sold worldwide. You've had so many, as I say, adaptations. I did read or hear at some point that you said that you're worried that, what if they run out?
Well, I always think that's part of it. Billie Jean King, the tennis great, says pressure is a privilege. And I believe that. I love that. I love the pressure. Bring it on. And, in the case of Missing You, especially, this is really Kat's and Rosalind's story. Yeah, there's a lot of other characters, but in other ones we've done, like Stay Close, The Stranger, there's 3, there's 4, there's 5 different families whose story you're following. But really, you are with Rosalind, and Rosalind's in almost every scene from beginning to end. So you really need an actress of that kind of quality who can express so much and do so much with so little sometimes. Mm-hmm. I mean, if you've seen the series, just a moment, a little look or whatever else conveys so much. So I really can't wait for people to watch Missing You. It's different from some of the other shows we've done, and it may be our most gripping. I think people will finish it in record time.
Well, Harlan, I certainly enjoyed it. I gorged it all in one day. I absolutely adore it, as I do with your books as well. So I'm excited to see how other people will receive it as well, which I'm sure they will love it as much as I did. Thank you so much for spending some time with us today.
Thanks, Sarah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. That was Harlan Coben and Rosalind Elazar. And you can watch Missing You on Netflix from New Year's Day. Tomorrow at 2 p.m, my guest will be singer-songwriter with Texas, Charlene Spiteri. The band play Edinburgh's Hogmanay tomorrow night. So fingers crossed the weather improves. Now, if
Since you've been away, I've been down and lonely. Since you've been away, I've been thinking of you. Trying trying to understand the reason you left me. What were you going through? I'm missing you. Tell me why the road turns. I'm missing you. Tell me why the road turns. As I look around, I see things that remind me. Just to see a smile made my heart fill with joy. I still recall all those dreams we shared together. Where did you run to, boy? I'm missing you. Tell me why the road turns. Tell me why the road turns. I'm missing you. Tell me why the road turns. Sometimes I've wondered, I didn't understand just where you were trying to go. Only you knew the plan. And I tried to be there, but you wouldn't let me in. But now you've gone away, boy. I feel so broken hearted. I knew the day we started that we were meant to be. If only you let me. I've cried so many tears. Gotta face now all my fears. We let time slip away. I need you, boy, here today. There was so much you gave to my heart, to my soul. There was so much of your dreams that were never told. You had so much hope for a brighter day. Why were you my flower plucked away? I'm missing you. Tell me why the road turns. I'm missing you. Tell me why the road turns. Tell me why. I'm missing you. Tell me why the road turns. Don't understand it.
New Year's Day, the oldest and most prestigious of all bowl games, the Rose Bowl, as the Washington Huskies battle the Iowa Hawkeyes, a classic matchup between two of the biggest surprise teams of the 1981 college football season. The granddaddy of them all, the Rose Bowl, a New Year's tradition from NBC Sports.
Oh, what a fantastic lineup taking you to the bells on BBC Radio Scotland. And remember, you can always catch up on BBC Sounds, where you can lose yourself in a binge-worthy podcast, listen to live radio, and just launched on Boxing Day is a new box set about the life and career of Sir Alex Ferguson. It's called Sporting Giants, Sir Alex, and discovers how a boy from Govan became one of the greatest managers in football. But now it's time for Rewind, our music quiz here on BBC Radio Scotland Afternoons. What we do is we play you a wee clip of a well-known track, but the catch is that we play it backwards. A huge thank you to absolutely everyone who's been in touch to guess. I want to give a shout out especially to Dave Brunton, who has contacted us all the way from Beaumont in Alberta. He's come to us from Canada. You're listening from Canada. Really lovely to have you with us and joining us on the programme today. Dave Brunton, you are correct. Thank you very much for getting in touch. He did say, I think after all this time, I finally have one, and you certainly do, and it is correct. It is right. He says all the best for 2025 and all the very best to you too. Now, I gave you a short clip earlier. Here's a longer clip this time. What do you think? Do you know what it is? Well, if you do, email us on Radio Scott afternoons at bbc.co.uk. Find us at BBC Radio Scott, or you can text 80295. You can also send a message or a voice note, if you like, on WhatsApp on 08085 92 95 00. But back to music now, and here's the American band Fun and We Are Young featuring Janelle Monáe.
Give me a second, I need to get my story straight. My friends are in the bathroom getting higher than the Empire State. My lover, she is waiting for me just across the bar. My seat's been taken by some sunglasses, asking about a scar. And I know I gave it to you months ago. I know you're trying to forget, but between the drinks and subtle things, the holes in my apologies, you know, I'm trying hard to take it back. So if by the time the bar closes and you feel like falling down, I'll carry you home tonight. No, I know that I'm not all that you got. I guess that I just thought maybe we could find new ways to fall apart. But our friends are back, so let's raise a toast. 'Cause I found someone to carry me home tonight. We are young, so let's set the world on fire. We can burn brighter than the sun tonight. We are young, so let's set the world on fire. We can burn brighter than the sun. Counting home tonight, just counting home tonight. Counting the moon's on my side. I have no reason to run. Just counting, so will someone come and carry me home tonight. The angels never arrive, but I can hear the cry. So will someone come and carry me home tonight. We are young, so let's set the world on fire. We can burn brighter than the sun tonight. We are young, so let's set the world on fire. We can burn brighter than the sun. So if by the time the bar closes and you feel like falling down, I'll carry you home tonight.
Fun featuring Janelle Monáe, We Are Young. I'm Zara Janjua and you're listening to Afternoons, which, by the way, has a wealth of interviews for you to listen to on BBC Sounds, including when Nicola spoke to Justin Curry and Ian Harvey from Delamitri about their tour, love of sock shops, early memories of going to Barrowland gigs, and a bit about Justin's health.
Justin, we should say that this is the first tour, really, that you've all embarked upon since you started publicly talking about your Parkinson's diagnosis. Has that changed anything when it comes to even enjoying the gigs?
Yeah, and also it's easier being public about it because I don't have to worry about my shaky hand because everybody just knows what it is rather than feeling a bit weird about it.
And you overthinking what they're thinking that might be.
Yeah, I mean, I still do overthink it a bit, and I try and stop it when I'm holding the mic. And but you just have to kind of give into it. I thought about putting a glove puppet on my shaky hand because my shaky hand's called Gavin. So I thought I could get somebody to make like a little woolen glove puppet called Gavin, and he could maybe do a wee dance and make a feature of it. And then I thought that's really bad idea.
Look around your world, pretty baby. Is it everything you hoped it'd be? The wrong guy, the wrong situation, the right time to roll to me. Roll to me. And look into your heart, pretty baby. Is it aching with some nameless need? Is there something wrong and you can't put your finger on it? Right then, roll to me. And I don't think I have ever seen a soul so in despair. So if you want to talk the night through, guess who will be there? So don't try to deny it, pretty baby. You've been down so long you can hardly see. When the engines stall and it won't stop raining, it's the right time to roll to me. Roll to me. Roll to me. And I don't think I have ever seen a soul so in despair. So if you want to talk the night through, guess who will be there? So look around your world, pretty baby. Is it everything you hoped it'd be? The wrong guy, the wrong situation, the right time to roll to me. The right time to roll to me. The right time to roll to me.
That was Delamitri and Roll to Me. Isn't that just a classic song? That reminds me of being young, that does. And before that, you heard Justin Curry chatting to Nicola. You can hear that full conversation also with Ian Harvey on BBC Sounds. Now, Delamitri, if you heard it and you think, oh gosh, they're fantastic, I want to see them live, well, they'll be playing Inverness Leisure Centre and Queen's Park Recreational Ground as part of Glasgow Summer Nights in June. But before then, tomorrow evening, you can hear Justin Curry in conversation with Roddy Hart at 8 p.m, followed by the Barrowland gig. That's tomorrow night on BBC Radio Scotland. And for all of those of you who are staying in tomorrow night, I am beginning to feel slightly envious. It's going to be my very first year attending Edinburgh Hogmanay. I've got the tickets, I've got the jacket, but we've also got quite a lot of wind happening outside, don't we? So I'm hoping that dies down so we can all enjoy it. Now, still to come, if, like me, your living at large clubbing era is a thing of the past, stick around to hear about the daytime clubbing event Day Fever with John McClure of Reverend and the Makers. He's a co-founder along with Line of Duty's Vicky McClure and filmmaker Johnny Owen. And in honour of discos and music that just makes you want to get up and dance, we've chosen today's Treble Without a Pause 3 songs, which we hope you agree are absolute crackers.
The rhythm, the rebel, without a pause, I'm lowering my level. The hard rhymer, where you never been, I'm in. You want styling? You know it's time again. D, the enemy, telling you to hear it. They praise the music, this time they play the lyrics. Some say no to the album, the show, bum rush the sound. I made a year ago, I guess you know. You guess I'm just a radical, not on sabbatical. Yes, to make it critical. The only part of your body should be partying too. Pass the power on the hour from the rebel to you.
Hey, yo, Chuck, man, I don't understand this, man. Yo, you got this money out, man. You're losing them.
Radio, suckers never play me. On the mix, they just okay me now, known and grown. When the clock in my zone is known, sneaking and taking everything that the brother owns. My calling card, recorded and ordered. Supporter of Chesimard, loud and proud, kicking live. Next poet supreme, loop but true, bazooka
1, 2, 3, My baby don't mess around because she loves me so, and this I know for sure. But does she really wanna, but can't stand to see me walk out the door? Don't try to fight the feeling, 'cause the thought alone is killing me right now. Thank God for mom and dad for sticking two together, 'cause we don't know how. You think you got it, oh, you think you got it, but got it, just don't get it, 'cause there's nothing at all. We get together, oh, we get together, but separate's always better when there's feelings involved. If what they say is nothing is forever, then what makes it, then what makes it, then what makes it, then what makes it, then what makes it? Love the exception. So why yo, are we so in denial when we know we're not happy here? Y'all don't wanna hear me, you just wanna dance. Don't want to meet your daddy. Just want you in my caddy. Don't want to meet your mama. Just want to make you come. I'm just being honest. I'm just being honest. Hey, alright now, fellas. Yeah. Now what's cooler than being cool? Eyes cold. I can't hear you. I say what's cooler than being cool? Eyes cold. Alright. Okay, now ladies. Now we gon' break this thing down in just a few seconds. Now don't have me break this thing down for nothing. Now I wanna see y'all on y'all baddest behavior. Lend me some sugar. I am your neighbor. Here we go. Shake it, 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 shake it like a Polaroid picture. Hey, shake it, 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 sugar, shake it like a Polaroid. Now all Beyonce's and Lucy Lou's and baby dolls, get on the floor. Get on the floor. Shake it like a Polaroid picture. Sugar, shake it. You know what to do. Sugar, shake it, shake it, sugar, shake it like a Polaroid picture.
Treble Without a Pause on BBC Radio Scotland. Pause on BBC Radio Scotland.
This is that ice cold Michelle fight for that white gold. This one for them hood girls, them good girls, straight masterpieces. Stylin', wildin', living it up in the city. Got Chuck's on with Saint Laurent. Gotta kiss myself, I'm so pretty. I'm too hot. Call the police and the fireman. I'm too hot. Make a dragon wanna retire, man. I'm too hot. Say my name, you know who I am. I'm too hot. And my band bout that money. Break it down. Girls hit you, hallelujah. Girls hit you, hallelujah. Girls hit you, hallelujah. Cause Uptown Funk don't give it to you. Cause Uptown Funk don't give it to you. Cause Uptown Funk don't give it to you. Saturday night and we in the spot. Don't believe me, just watch. Come on. Don't believe me, just watch. 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 Hey, 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 oh! Stop. Wait a minute. Fill my cup, put some nigga in it. Take a sip, sign the check. Julio, get the stretch. Right to Harlem, Hollywood, Jackson, Mississippi. If we show up, we gon' show out. Smoother than a fresh drop skipping. I'm too hot. Call the police and the fireman. I'm too hot. Make a dragon wanna retire, man. I'm too hot. Trick, say my name, you know who I am. I'm too hot. And my band bout that money. Break it down. Girls hit you, hallelujah. Girls hit you, hallelujah. Girls hit you, hallelujah. Cause Uptown Funk don't give it to you. Cause Uptown Funk don't give it to you. Cause Uptown Funk don't give it to you. Saturday night and we in the spot. Don't believe me, just watch. Come on. Don't believe me, just watch. 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 Hey, 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 oh! Before we leave, let me tell y'all a little something. Uptown, funk you up. Uptown, funk you up. Uptown, funk you up. Uptown, funk you up. Come on, dance, jump on it. If you said and flown it. If you freak dead and own it. Don't brag about it, come show me. Come on, dance, jump on it. If you said and flown it. Well, it's Saturday night and we in the spot. Don't believe me, just watch. Come on. Don't believe me, just watch. 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 Hey, 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 oh!
You just heard Bruno Mars and Mark Ronson with Uptown Funk. Before that, Kylie and Can't Get You Out of My Head. And we started with Outkast and Hey Ya. That was our treble without a pause. Songs that make you want to get up and dance. Where are you dancing? I know I was perfecting a little bit of chair dancing here in the studio. Doing all right there, I think. I'm getting the nod from my producer Fiona and Barry in the gallery. Yeah, I did all right. I did all right there. Now, I'm with you until 3:30 today, and then afternoons continues with the Arts Mix when Len Penny and her cracking team of reviewers discuss their cinema, book and podcast picks of 2024. In this clip, she's chatting to Ross McLean about his film consumption over the year. And as you're about to hear, there's no need to feel guilty about slouching on the sofa and binging on films over the festive break.
And now we're going to move on to film, and who better to talk to than film critic Ross McLean. Now, you talked about how many books, but how many films?
still a work in progress, but we're looking at probably around about 450. Obviously, not all of those new ones.
What?
Yeah,
That's more than one a day. I'm no
a lot.
mathematician, but that is more than one a day.
It tends to be festivals. I pack in a load. I'll be watching maybe 5 or 6 in a day at a festival, and then other days I'm trying to do at least one a day. Obviously, I see a lot in the cinema, I see a lot of new films, but a lot of those are like me trying to work my way back through the kind of the big ones of the past that I've not seen, and even lesser known ones from the past as well. So yeah, it's a big challenge for me.
Does it feel like work when you watch a film? Or can you ever just sit back and think, this is trash and I love it?
I can, yeah, absolutely. There's actually been a lot of work to try to do that in my life, to kind of switch off the kind of critical part of my brain and realise that I'm watching this for entertainment. I should not be sitting here watching Despicable Me 4 and looking at the camera techniques.
A cinematic masterpiece.
So, yeah, I mean, it can be work to do it, but I mean, I'm absolutely still capable of enjoying films in the moment.
Oh, I do love Lynn and her films. That was her there with critic Ross McLean in a wee clip of today's Arts Mix, which is coming up at 3:30. Still to come, another chance to hear a clip from our song played backwards, plus music from Charles and Eddie, Kate Bush, and this from Edwyn Collins, A Girl Like You.
Song from days of yore. Here you come a knocking on my door. Well, I've never met a girl like you before.
This New Year's Day,
Capercaillie roared into Pete is on a mission, and he won't stop until he changes the world. It's New Year's Pete.
To my right, Grandpa!
Forget elastic hat burn. Forget the cocktail wieners. It's just Pete and Pete and...
Ellen, watch out!
Sparks will fly. Papers will fly. Pete will fly. And you don't want to miss it. Start your 1993 SNCC with New Year's Pete. Tonight at 8:30, 7:30 Central on...
Sounds. Oh, who wouldn't want to share their New Year's Day with Gary Innes, Capercaillie, well, and maybe a steak pie too. If you haven't guessed today's rewind clip, there's another chance to hear it after Charles and Eddie.
Ain't no love like my baby's love. Like my baby's love. It's like burning fire. The soul shut up in my bones. Shut up in my bones. Ain't no lonely days. Ain't no lonely nights. Every little thing she does. I know the girl's alright. I know the girl's alright. 'Cause I ain't never found me a girl to love me like you do. Oh no, to love me like you do. Ain't no man got a little woman like me. You got all the loving, honey, one sweet girl can claim. You're every poor boy's dream and every rich man's prayer. But I don't need money, honey, 'cause you're always there. 'Cause I ain't never found me a girl to love me like you do. And that's the truth, honey. To love me like you do. Oh, yeah. No, I ain't never found me a girl to love me like you do. Oh no, to love me like you do. That's the truth, to love me like you do. Oh no, I ain't never found me a girl like you do.
Now, how are you getting on with today's rewind quiz? We obviously played a clip of a song for you, and the catch was we played it backwards. Thank you very much to absolutely everyone who's been in touch, including Mrs. Harris, who says, wishing you all a great new year and a happy new year to you too. Now, Mrs. Harris has guessed You Should Be Dancing by Bee Gees from Saturday Night Fever, a blast from the past. Lovely guess, Mrs. Harris, but sadly that is incorrect. We've also had a couple of correct guesses that have come through. One from Martina, heading to sunny Millport to bring in the new year. Oh, that sounds very lovely. And finally, we've had a correct guess come in from Harry in Dundee. So whatever you're doing, if you're preparing for New Year, do get in touch and let us know. But if you also want to guess that rewind clip, well, here is the clip again. See if this helps. Do you know what it is? You can email us on Radio Scott afternoons at bbc.co.uk. Find us at BBC Radio Scott. Text on 80295 and send a message or a voice note on WhatsApp on 08085 92 95 00. Coming up after 3, John McClure, frontman of Reverend and the Makers, with news of Day Fever.
BBC Radio Scotland.
Listen on BBC Sounds.
How are you doing? Thank you so much for your company today. Coming up at 3:30, Len Penny is here with the Arts Mix when Len and her reviewers pick up their highlights from films, books and podcasts in 2024. And if you're feeling like your clubbing days are behind you, just like me, but still love to dance, then you need to stick around to hear John McClure, frontman of Reverend and the Makers, tell us about his Day Fever events, which he co-founded alongside Line of Duty actor Vicky McClure and filmmaker and broadcaster Johnny Owen. And in just a few minutes, I'll be revealing and playing in full today's Rewind song.